Hello student, very good morning to all of you. How are you? I hope you all are happy, healthy and fine at home. Do you remember what were we discussing yesterday? I think yesterday we were discuss about the scheme number 14 and the title of that scheme is the synthesis of aldehyde carbonate minus 73 and initial SMI2 mediated cyclization results. So that is the heading of that scheme number 14, and that we just started the synthesis of aldehyde. As we know that the general formula of aldehyde is RC double bond O, RC double bond OH, or you can just remember RCHO. R may be alkyl or other part of the organic compound, and that aldehyde carbonate minus 73, which is a pure enantiomer, and initial SMI2 samarium diiodide mediated cyclization results. How the cyclization takes place here, that we have seen over here. We started that synthesis starting from or beginning from the compound number minus 24 and minus 73. We combine these two compounds together, and the reagent employed during this synthesis, 1A is a TeSCl, second one KHMDS, followed by Cl CO2Me, and C reagent is hydrogen fluoride in presence of pyridine, and D reagent will be PHIOAC twice tempo, and the E reagent is a SMI2, that is a SMI2 mediated cyclization results. And you see here, observe these structures carefully, you will find there we got the structure number 74. How the structure number 74, which is represented here, there are these rings, and where how the ring, 6-membered ring can be going to form, that the mechanism we tried to shown over here with the help of these, and this is just as a intermediate we got as a 74 structure number over here. So let us try to see here. After that, the ring closure taking place or a ring rupture occurs. How? This is the 74, and now I am going to show here only, because we are continuing, we are going to study today, we are going to discuss the rest of the thing of the scheme number 14. Let us see here. Observe these structures carefully, and you try to don't miss out the continuity, you keep your continuity as it is. I am showing the arrow here, and on that arrow ring rupture. Ring rupture means 5-membered ring. How it is rupturing during this reaction, whenever we are adding these kind of the reagent, how that 5-membered ring get ruptured, that I am representing over here. So let us see here how these structure 75 structure we are going to get over here. This is a structure number 75 which I am representing over here. 75 structure which I am representing over, and after that we will get rest of the structure. Now let us see how that structure looks. So here I am showing this is a 5 membered ring further joined with another 5 membered ring, and then 6 membered ring is going to here that is a ruptured, so we can show this one as it is. Then there will be a this one we can show this is a 5 membered ring. Further we can attach here another ring which is joined over here. This is a ring OSEM, and then here this group 1,3 protecting group which I have shown over here, you can see clearly. Now here what is going to happen, here there will be a double bond. If you see the previous structure, then there will be a MsI2 once again, that samarian having as a third. Now look at this corner point, there is a one group which is always, that is a OBOM bond, that primary alcohol is protected over here, and after that there will be a negative charge develop at this corner point, and here the group which is shown over here is a CO, then MEO2, this is the group which is already present over there. And now look at here the isopropylene group which is present, which is attached to ring number A, which I have shown over here. Another group which is protecting hydroxyl group, which is also I am showing here with bomb. And now here is a hydrogen atom which above the plane I have shown over here. Here another hydrogen atom which is also below the plane, and now here the double bond present in this 5 membered ring, that is also I have shown over here. Now observe this structure carefully, and this structure I am representing, I am showing in the square bracket. This is a mechanistic part, just I am showing over here. This negative charge forming as a double bond here, and this group easily cleaved disposal takes place over here or discarded from here, and there is a formation of the carbon-carbon double bond over there, and then finally the ring formation, 6 membered ring form, that also we have seen over here. And then finally, now this is a structure number 75 which I have shown over here. Now once again remember, I am what we can call it as a cleaning this board here. Now again one more thing you should remember over here, eventually we are representing, here I am showing as a once again as a arrow, on that arrow there is a beta elimination, beta elimination, as we know that in a beta elimination means what, it is a dehydrohalogenation reaction occur when that dehydrohalogenation, or when there is a elimination reaction takes place, there is a formation of the unsaturated compounds are formed. So that type of the you might known as a E1 mechanism, E2 mechanism, or E1CB mechanism, that are the beta elimination reaction, because the hydrogen atom generally removed from the beta position, and that type of the elimination are known as a beta elimination. Generally the atom or group of atom are removed from 1, 2 position, generally hydrogen from the beta side, and therefore it is referred as a beta elimination reaction, and after that what you are going to get over here, that structure I am representing over here. You can observe these structure carefully. So by beta elimination, and finally you are going to get the structure over here is like this. So I am showing here once again there will be a 5-membered ring, and that 5-member further attached to another 5-membered ring, and there will be a this type of the ring present over here, and then there will be a 6-membered ring formed over here like this shown over here. Here there is a triggered bond, and there is a CHO aldehyde group, and now at the another one there is a oxygen atom, and here I am showing as a one of the 5-membered ring like this. So it will be oxygen atom. This is a protected group I have shown over here, and at this corner point there will be a tertiary alcohol which is present over there, and now here is a double bond. At this position there is a group present. Which group? That is a protected primary alcohol with the bomb, and now here the double bond in that 5-membered ring, it remains as it is. And now at this position there will be a group which is present, that isopropyl group present over here, and now at this corner point there is a group present which is protected hydroxyl group with bomb, that is a benzoyl methyloxyacetate or the chloride. And here as we know that this hydrogen atom should be above the plane, and here the hydrogen atom which is shown as a below the plane. This is the structure. If you see over here, that is a structure number is nothing but as a 76. So that is the structure which we have seen over here is this one. And after this discussion, let us discuss some of the point regarding that scheme number 14. So in furthermore, let us see, satisfied to an extent with this structural analysis, we prepared forward with diol minus 24, which we have seen, which is represented in the scheme number 14, the one derived from the presumed correct enantiomer of aldehyde plus minus 27 in order to set the stage for the crucial SMI2 induced cyclization. And to this end, and as shown in scheme 14, diol minus 24 was converted to aldehyde carbonate minus 73 through minus 73 through a 4-step sequence involving temporary installation of a TES group at primary alcohol, that is TeSCl, imidazole 97% carbonate formation. At the secondary alcohol, the KHMDS ClCO2Me, etithrician triethylamine desilylation, HF-pyridine, 78% overall yield for the 2 steps, and oxidation with PHIOAC twice, TEMPO 98% yield, and with precursor aldehyde carbonate minus 73, readily available experimentation for its SMI2 mediated cyclization to the venusal skeleton began in earnest. Unfortunately, as shown in scheme 14, our initial attempt, means their initial attempt to cyclize this precursor in THF tetrahydrofuran at room temperature failed to produce one cyclized product. Instead, we isolated trace amount of dienaldehyde 76. The structure of this rather unexpected product was discerned from its mass spectrometric and NMR spectroscopic data. Its formation may be explained by a mechanism involving intermediate species 74 and 75 as shown in scheme 14. Thus, it is postulated that the initially formed samarium bound ketyl radical species is capable of assuming a conformation in which the radical orbital is anti-parallel to the C13C14 bond and thereby allowing a grab type fragmentation in mass spectrometry. You might have studied that, or you might have come across with grab type fragmentation that leads to the observed dienaldehyde 76. An alternate pathway to aldehyde 76 may involve anionic grab type fragmentation following prior set reaction. However, further experimentation as summarized in table 2 led to conditions under which two cyclized products could be obtained plus 77 and plus 78 entries 21 to 6, and that we will see in the table number 2. But before that, whatever the reagents and the condition used in this scheme number 14, that we are going to see over here. So, let us see reagent and the conditions. So, let me clean the board over here, or let me see over here. Now, the reagent and condition, reagents and conditions, and reagent and conditions. Now, reagent and condition which are used for scheme number 14 that we are discussing here. So, reagent number A, that is a TeSCl tetraethyl silyl chloride, which was taken about 2.0 equivalent followed by imidazole, which was taken near about 5.0 equivalent. Then the solvent used was CH2Cl2 dichloromethane, and the temperature kept near about 25 degrees centigrade, and this reaction mixture were stirred for 5 hours, 0.5 hours, not 5 hours, and overall yield 97% was obtained. 97% yield was obtained for the synthesis of this. Now, second reagent will be used over here, and that is KHMDS. KHMDS. This is the reagent used for this conversion or for this transformation, which was taken. KHMDS, its full form and the structure we already discussed in our previous lecture. K stand for potassium, H for hexa, methyl, dicylyl. So that is the full form, azide, dicylyl azide, that is the full form of that KHMDS, and which was taken about 0.5 m stand for molar, 0.5 molar in toluene, and as we know that toluene is an solvent which is a non-polar solvent, which has taken near about 2.5 equivalent, and the reagent followed after that is a Cl CO2 Me, that is a methyl chloride, which was taken about 4.0 equivalent, and after that there is a triethylamine which was taken near about 4.0 equivalent, 4.0 equivalent. Then the THF, tetrahydrofuran. We know that the structure of tetrahydro, the full form of this is a tetrahydrofuran. This is the full form of it, and the structure, do you know? Yes, you are knowing the structure of this is a tetrahydrofuran, and we know that the structure of furan means what? It is a 5-membered aromatic compound, heterocyclic compound, and the structure of that furan will be this one. Okay. Now, because we are frequently using as a THF, so that you can remember the structure, and it is a solvent, non-polar solvent once again. THF, the temperature is kept about -78, changed to -25 degrees centigrade, not minus, about the room temperature, which is 25 degrees centigrade, -78 to 25 degrees centigrade. That was the temperature kept during this reaction, and this reaction mixture were stored for 1 hour, and they got the product in good yield. Now, after that they have used the third reagent, C reagent will be this one, HF. HF means hydrogen fluoride in presence of pyridine, act as a solvent. Then that pyridine, again pyridine, that is 4:1, which is a proportion they have taken during this reaction, not 4, that is just as a 1:4, that is a proportion taken for it, and the temperature is kept 0 to 25 degrees centigrade, 0 to 25 degrees centigrade, and this reaction or this reaction mixture was stored for 12 hours, and the percentage of that product was obtained approximately 78% for those 2 steps, 78% for the 2 steps, that is a good yield, 2 steps, and more than 60% is good as far as green chemistry principle is concerned. Those organic compound, that atom economy you might be knowing, this is a word used in green chemistry, which is the recent trend you can observe in organic chemistry, and there are the 12 principles which was given by Paul T. Anastas, and according to that there are certain criteria or the principle, then you can improve. There is a sustainable development in the organic chemistry, you can say over here. So, like that we are getting this one, and now the reagent which was used, that is a I think C reagent we have seen, now is a D reagent. So, let me clean first this one. So, after that we will see this one. So, we here is a D reagent, and D reagent is a pH IOAC twice. pH is a phenyl iodide diacetate, that is a reagent which was taken about 5.0 equivalent, followed by tempo, that is a tempo which is one of the reagent which was taken about 1.0 equivalent, 1.0 equivalent, and then the solvent employed during this reaction will be CH2, Cl2, dichloromethane, and dichloromethane, the temperature is kept near about 25 degrees centigrade, and this reaction mixture was stirred about 24 hours, and the percentage of yield is of 10 is very high. Again one more, that is a 98% yield was obtained over here, and that is a according to as a green chemistry principle, this is a very good yield we are getting. So, first principles of green chemistry tells us that the prevention for waste or the byproduct. So, when you studied that you will get more information about that, but here remember this is a very high and the good yield, that is this one. And now the next reagent, and I think this will be the last reagent of which is used in a scheme number 14 that we are going to see over here. Now, let us see here the E reagent which we have used during the synthesis will be SmI2, that is a samarium diiodide, and which was taken about 0.1 mole in THF, tetrahydrofuran, THF tetrahydrofuran, and that is taken about tetrahydrofuran 5.0 equivalent, and followed by HMPA. HMPA means hexamethyl phosphoramide, that is the full form of HMPA, hexamethyl phosphoramide, and which was taken near about 15 equivalent, and the solvent used in this is a THF, tetrahydrofuran, which was the solvent used during this reaction, and the temperature is kept near about minus 10 to 25 degrees centigrade, minus 10 to 25 degrees centigrade, and this reaction mixture was stirred for about 30 minutes, and the product obtained is a very less in amount, is approximately as a 20%, and this could be the reagent. These are the reagents which are used in a scheme number 14. The heading of that scheme is a synthesis of aldehyde carbonate minus 73 and initial SMI2 mediated cyclization results into as a structure number 76 that we have seen over here. The remaining optimization of the SMI2 mediated cyclization of aldehyde carbonate minus 73, which we will study in our next lecture. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.